Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kia V in the building. It's your girl Kia V in the building. Hey, it's your birthday, Kia V in the house. Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. So if you cannot tell by the title below, we are going to be talking about phlebotomy school and training and all this other stuff, because this is another reason why I was off for so long, was because I was doing phlebotomy training, and I thought that why not share my experience and story time in case you guys are interested, or in case there's people out there that's considering being a phlebotomist, so you know the 911, not the 911, that's emergency. The 411. Is that the 411? The FYI. For your information. Yeah, so you know all that good stuff about what to expect and things like that. So if you're interested, definitely keep watching. And let's get into this thing. Okay, y'all. So just a heads up. Everybody's phlebotomy training might be different than mine's. I'm just sharing my experience based off of it, but you know, things may be different, but it's still an overall general, you know, informative video. So yeah, so the way I went through training is I actually signed up for a course at a, it was like a trying to think of the word. It's like a place where you go and get a career, pretty much, where you try to figure out what you want to do, like a trade school. That's what it is. It's like a trade school. So I went to one of them. I applied, and it wasn't really applying. It was more like, hey, I want to take this course, and they just let me sign in. I didn't have to take a test or anything like that. I just signed in. They gave me my paperwork, told me I would get my books or whatever. I did pay out of pocket for this course. Some places, I know some places actually will allow you to take the course for free. I was watching videos of other people, and they was taking the course and they finished in like 2 weeks, which is kind of like, I don't know. I'm kind of scared, but you could learn all that, I guess. But they took it in 2 weeks and finished, and now they're working. And then it's some people who took, well, I took the 4-month kind of course. It took about 4 months. I went every other day for 3 hours each session. So it pretty much worked for me, because I still, like, if I worked and things like that, then I had time to do whatever I wanted to do and then go home and, you know, be cool. But yeah, and there's another program through a junior college. Like, some junior colleges offer it. Where I am, the school that I used to go to, they offered it. So yeah, but I think it takes probably like 6 or 7 months with them. They are really in depth in their program. So it really depends on what school that you go to in order to get accredited. There are some companies that will actually hire you on and train you hands-on. So do you actually need to go to phlebotomy school? For some people, you may not, but for the bulk of them, you do, because they want you to get accredited, which I'll talk about later on, which is something totally different. So yeah, so I signed up for this program. I did it for about 4 months. I had to do 125 sticks, you guys, and I had to bring in my own volunteers. Thank you all to people who came. You guys were some, I love you. Know that I'm always grateful for each and every one of you, mom and the other person. You guys know who you are. Thank you so much. I deeply appreciate it, because listen, I was concerned. I thought I was about to have to, you know, put a little tourniquet on myself and then practice on myself to get them points, because I could not have completed the program without getting 125 sticks in. So that was just how my training program was. Some people, they actually have volunteers you can do on and things like that. So yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so the first day, what we pretty much did was we talked about everything. For the first couple weeks, you're just going to go over basic reading material, such as your book and things like that. That's going to be book knowledge to show you like how you're supposed to stick, what you're looking for, know all the parts of the arm and all the anatomy and things like that. So those are definitely what you're going to learn at first. Like, you're not even going to stick anybody. So if you're nervous, like, oh my God, I'm stick somebody the first day, no. Listen, trust has got to be built first. And a lot of phlebotomy schools, just a heads up, they make you stick yourselves. They make you stick your classmates. You start off with your classmates first before you touch any human being. But before you actually start with a classmate, you're actually going to use like a fake dummy arm. They have a lot of different fake dummy arms, which are cool. to some extent, because some of them work, some of them don't. Sometimes you'll stick it and you're in the right position and you have your skill is correct, but no blood is coming out. That's not you. That's the dummy's arm, because it's not a real human being. So sometimes you might get the blood. Sometimes you're just like, I know I'm in here. So that's pretty much how they train you with things like that. It's a lot of book knowledge. It's a lot of information, first of all. Let me tell you, it's a lot of information. It's not as much as like a nursing student or like anything like that, but you're going to get a lot of information about a lot of things because what you're doing is important. So, first off, if you're thinking about going into phlebotomy because you're like, oh, this is going to be easy and I just go stick it in, da 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 da, like it's a cool job. However, you have to keep in mind, because the way that our blood and the way our bodies are set up, like if I mess up, first of all, it can cause hematomas and all this other stuff on you. And if I draw the wrong thing or don't fill it up enough, fill the tube up enough, then it could come out with the wrong results and you can get the wrong medicine and you could possibly die. So this is like, it's a lot. To some people, they might be really stressed out about it, but I'm just being confident. You know what I mean? Be confident. Don't be overly confident, though. Like, always, even if you are good enough to where you can just stick and you don't miss as much, then you still need to just keep in your mind, like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. I don't need to be rushing. Like, yeah. Yeah. But the schooling is really cool because you get comfortable with sticking. A lot of people are nervous about sticking. I wasn't this time because I had actually like took a junior college version of the class, but I didn't finish to get certified. So I wasn't really nervous sticking. But people will make you nervous. Let me just put that out there. If you're trying to be in phlebotomy, you may not even be nervous personally, but people, your classmates, your volunteers. I feel like when I get into this thing, people in the work world is really going to be like, they will be the ones to make you nervous. Even if you know that you know what you're doing, like, if you look at somebody's face, so you really gotta kind of focus on what you're doing. That's what I would definitely say. Just focus on you. Make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, because they're gonna make a face. It's gonna be pain, okay? That's just a part of the deal. I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt you in any type of way. I'm gonna try to use a light hand. I'm gonna let you know that you're gonna feel a prick. You know, you talk to them, you like try to like start conversation, which is kind of hard and awkward. That's something that they teach you in the class too, is like try to make like small conversation while still focusing on the job, so it relax the patient. It's not even to relax you, it's to relax them, so they won't be looking at their arm like, oh, okay. Because I've heard some stories, yo. I have heard some stories about people passing out. I've heard some stories about people passing out, pooping on themselves and throwing up all at the same setting. Like, it's crazy, and you really won't recognize how many people are like nervous of needles until you ask for some volunteers. Okay, until you like, can you help me? Well, I'm scared. Needles, no, I can't. Like, it's 2 seconds of pain, y'all. Literally 2 seconds of pain. I'm not performing surgery on you. It's just bing. You know what I mean? And then let me collect the blood and things like that. So you'll learn all of that. You'll learn about your tubing systems. You'll learn in detail what solutions are in what tube taps need to be for what tests and things like that. It's a lot of information. It is. But you have to study. You do. You do. Because when I first started taking a class, at first it's easy because you're doing your basic stuff. And then after a while, it starts getting in detail. Like, you need to know what this code means. You need to know what this abbreviation means and things like that. So that when you get in the work world, you won't be like, oh my God, like I have no clue. Like, so yeah, they do a lot of training like that. Well, they did in my program anyway. So it was cool. We stuck each other. Like I said, they make you more nervous. I was more nervous of the people that I was sticking than I was about doing my job. You know what I mean? You'll be more nervous about that. I had a little shaky hand. Sometimes when you first start out, you may have little shaky hands. People may talk some mess about you, like, oh, she doing it wrong. But you got to remember, when you're in class, you're training, you're learning, you're there because you don't know what you're doing. Okay? So if people talk mess, let them talk. Let them talk. Because I had some people that was talking mess about me too. And I was just like, listen, they had it to the point that I was like, am I really supposed to be here? Like, because all y'all doing is talking. So just tune them out. because after you finish with your training and your class, you're not going to see them again 9 times out of 10 unless you guys so happen to work in the same job. And even then, it's not like you're going to be teammates working together. So just bear with it, okay? With my course, they actually graded us, and I guess they graded us because a lot of people in the past had took the course and didn't take it serious. So they wanted to make sure we were doing everything that we were supposed to do, and we had to study and things like that. And we had to study for two things, well, multiple things. We took multiple tests. So because it was such a long program, we had to learn all types of things, and they wanted us to be, cool so we can get a job. And my program was set up to where I didn't get a job like right out of it. Like I would still have to look for my own job. I just got provided the training. Now there are some places I know like CompuNet that actually will train you and then give you a job afterwards, which is really dope. Like it's a really good way to get in. So if you have a CompuNet near, which I know a lot of people do, that might be one of your ways of getting in. You might want to do a Google search and see like what schools offer these type of things, type of training and stuff like that, because it's really not long. It's really short term, and I feel like it is a great entrance to a career. I know a lot of nursing students and a lot of like medical students that are taking it. Like if you look on YouTube and stuff like that to get a gist of it, it's a lot of those type of people that take phlebotomy first so that they can get in the door pretty much and see what's really going on and learn and detail certain things and get hands-on experience with patients. So I think it's a great thing to go for, and it is really quick to get into. So if you're interested in like changing a career, things like that, definitely it. If you're squeamish though, is it squeamish or screaming? I don't know how to say that word. But if you freaked out with blood or whatever, this might not be the career for you. If you faint at the sight of blood, because there's people that just pass out because they saw some blood, then this may not be the position for you. Just a heads up, it may not be a position for you because you're gonna see blood. That's all you're around is blood. So yeah, keep that in mind. Um, I I personally really like it. Like I really don't mind it at all. Like I think it's cool. I get to stick people. I get to make you bleed for a living. Like, not to sound weird or creepy or like anything like that, but I just think that it's cool. It's really neat that I am, doing this, and it's more to it than just being able to stick people for a living. It's like I'm your first point in finding out what's wrong with you. Like, don't like undermine that you're a phlebotomist, because like literally you're the reason why these people are being able to find out what blood illnesses they may have, or what their glucose is, or what all of their chromosome screenings and things are, like all that DNA stuff. Like I am the one that gets to do all this. Like, not to be proud or anything, but that's pretty cool. That's really neat that I'm the first contact to figure out what's wrong with you. So, yeah. And be careful, because, like, that's why I say you got to be really cautious. Like, don't get careless while you're doing it. Like, really pay attention. And really get the information, because I feel like a lot of people will come in class and they will, like, half step, and then they'll get out in the real world, and then you'll be like, unprepared. So, definitely study, definitely pay attention, definitely ask questions. Yeah, definitely be proactive. And plus, if you're with a trainer or whatever and you do decide to like work for a different company, or you want a company, you could use them for a reference. So be really nice to your teacher. Talk to your teacher at least to say, hey, how are you doing? Make sure if they're sick, you're doing okay. Make sure you keep in contact because you can use them as a reference. So, yeah, phlebotomy is cool. It's really not, you're gonna get trained everything as long as you remember that you're learning and that you're there to learn and that you don't know, which is why you're there. So if people are like, ow, you really hurt me, like, I'm sorry, I'm learning. Like, it's a learning experience. So definitely go in with that type of attitude, because listen, I went in and as soon as somebody was like, she's doing it wrong, I was just like, I can't. Like, don't take it so personally. I'm laughing at it now, but yo, I was heated. I was calling people up, like, fuming, because I'm like, I'm so tired of this person talking mess about me. Like, I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to do it. Just remember, you're there learning, just like they're there learning. Some people may be really good at it automatically, but not everybody's gonna be. So just stay positive about it. It's a really cool field of work. Yeah. So that was my experience as a lab assistant. Not a lab assistant, but as a what is it called? Yeah, I am a lab assistant. By the way, I'm a lab assistant. Me. Yo, I'm geeking. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later, but I'm a lab assistant. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. But yeah. So just remember, be cool, enjoy yourself. You're there to learn. You may not necessarily make a lot of friends because it's such a short class that you really, unless you're really trying to, you may not be able to. But you do spend a lot of time together, so get used to each other, get comfortable, and things like that. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions about phlebotomy or anything like that, that's what I was gonna say. After I did my training or whatever, I had got certified in phlebotomy through the school, and then after that, I had to get nationally accredited. That means it's called the NHA test here. So that way I can work anywhere in the States to be a phlebotomist, which is really cool. So, yeah, you had to take a test for that. I will say, when it comes to studying for that test, listen, that's a whole nother video. So if you're interested in learning about that, how to get certified officially and accredited, let me know. The sun is going down on my parade. As you see, I'm getting darker by the moment in this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later. Be blessed. Have a great day. You know, if you have any questions about phlebotomy, definitely ask me below. We can chit chat. We can talk about it. All right, bye. Let's go. Bye. What you looking at?